Lots of journalists in the audience. So does anyone have any questions? Ashu.
मैं बहुत सुनता हूँ पाजी, यूपी बिहार में पाजी को कुछ और कहते हैं और वहाँ अगर बोलो तो लोग डंडे लेके चढ़ बैठेंगे. ये पाजी क्या है?
I think it's the respect that we all have for Sachin. इसमें भी एक twist है. Srishant, you know, whenever he's with the team and all, he calls everyone Paji and Sachin he calls Bhaiya. So he's different, but I think there's a lot of respect, and that's one of the main reason why everybody calls him Paji.
Akash, any observations since you have had the experience of playing with Mahi in the India A team as well, and Sachin as well, you've played a lot of cricket with. Just any observations? You see similarities between the two?
Well, a lot of similarities, because that calmness is endearing, because it's difficult to be calm when you're actually in the midst of a storm. And these guys are always in the midst of the storm whenever they are representing the country. So obviously, hats off. In fact, he hasn't changed. 2004, I remember, we go back a long way, and he was still a calm guy. One thing comes to mind. He had this long hair, and Sri Ram, myself, and a few others would tell him, cut them, because in Indian cricket, these things don't work.
You can say what you actually said in Hindi. That's okay, because it's a Hindi broadcast.
So, मतलब ये टशन वशन नहीं चलता है इंडियन क्रिकेट में ना, ये थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम होगा तुम्हें. So he just very quietly, calmly said, हो सकता है शायद सारी इंडिया का हेयर स्टाइल ही चेंज हो जाए. And actually it happened. The fact is that he did manage to do that. So that's fascinating. But how do you remain calm after leading the side for so long? That's fascinating.
Well, I think you look at Virat Kohli and you realize there's the importance of being calm on the field. He's someone who's really hyper. But among the first conversation that I had with Akash, we were room partners, and he asked me politely, "What time you sleep?" I was like, "जब आप सो जाएंगे मैं सो जाऊँगा. मेरा कोई टाइम नहीं है. आप लाइट बंद कर देना, मैं सो जाऊँगा."
And Akash tells me a wonderful story of how you kept on bowling to another wicketkeeper in the nets who was going to be your rival in the Indian team, helping him become a better batsman, not worried that he could take your place. There's only
We're
one
representing
wicketkeeper.
the same country. That's something, that goes beyond everything. So I was just doing my part.
Yes.
You know what he said? It was Dinesh Karthik who was that batsman, keeper, whatever. And we told him, see, you want to bowl, but at some stage you need to bat also, because at some stage you will get an opportunity. He wasn't playing initially because I think Karthik was the first choice. He said, आपको भी बैटिंग करना है तो आपको भी करा देता हूँ. Bowling तो मेरे को करना अच्छा लगता है. I'm just going to do that.
As someone said, Akash, after that Lord's Test match, there may be a debate about who's the best wicketkeeper batsman in the world, but there's no doubt about who the best wicketkeeper bowler in the world is. Yes.
I have a ODI wicket.
Yes.
Champions Trophy.
Oh, you almost had a wicket at Lords if...
That's why we don't like DRS.
Yes, that's why you don't like DRS. Another debate for another day. Any more questions? 5 minutes left. Bhupen.
I was just wondering, every time I see you stand behind the wickets, I mean, the 90 overs in a test match in a day, the number of times you go up and down, the number of sit-ups you do, what is the maximum number of sit-ups you would have done in a day, in course of having played a day's cricket and then having gone back, I'm sure, exercise also?
No, once I go back, I don't exercise much. But the good thing, I'm giving a serious answer to start off. From under 16 cricket, once you play days cricket, there's 90 overs in a day. So from there, you get that habit. Before that, also in school, if you get punishment, you can develop the habit. But under 16 till first class, from first class to international cricket, it can't be more than 90 overs, maybe half an hour more of extension. So I think the workload remains the same for a wicket keeper. That's one of the main reasons why, a keeper is always someone who's doing everything, and after 90 overs of wicket keeping also, he'll ask the teammates, let's play soccer, no, it will be good fun. So I think the workload remains the same. That's one of the main reasons, we don't feel tired. And the other thing is, now we've become like a diesel engine. So 90 ओवर के बाद ही थोड़ी बॉडी खुलती है, क्योंकि अभी अगर आप देखें तो हम एवरेज 125 ओवर डालते हैं फर्स्ट इनिंग में, कभी-कभी 185 भी डालते हैं. But
and you like bowling more overs than you're supposed to bowl in a day, but that's another thing. Any other questions? Even questions from other reporters from other channels will be carried, so they can be asked. Jamie Alter from Cricket Next. Yes.
Yeah, Mahi, we're talking about people coming from smaller towns. Growing up, who are your heroes? Sporting heroes?
Well, it was Sachin always. Throughout there are not many games that I have seen the full part. You know, for me it was, you know, how Sachin batted. I still remember, I think the World Cup was in Australia, or the series was in Australia. I told my dad, you know, Sachin aayega to utha dena na. Because what it meant was, when Sachin comes into bat, you know, please wake me up. And that time he was batting in the middle order. So I think for me it was always Sachin. Till now, there are hardly any games that I've watched, you can say full 100 overs or full 5 days of test cricket. So I've not been a very keen watcher of the game, but that's how it is.
Last two questions. Yeah, Shivender. Shivender. Mike.
He's loud enough.
No, he's a TV reporter. Should have that discipline.
भाई आप टेलीविज़न न्यूज़ चैनल नहीं देखते होंगे शायद इसलिए क्योंकि बहुत क्रिटिसिज्म होता है, लेकिन बहुत ज़्यादा तारीफ भी होती है जब जीतते हैं या कभी आप बड़ी इनिंग्स खेलते हैं। आप कभी मन करता है कि यार ये मिस कर दिया, अपनी तारीफ ही नहीं देख पाए, जब करोड़ों लोगों के सामने कोई भी चैनल आपकी तारीफ कर रहा हो या आपके ऊपर कोई स्पेशल प्रोग्राम कर रहा हो?
तारीफ तब अच्छी लगती है जब आप एक्सपेक्ट ना कर रहे हो, कोई आपकी तारीफ करता है, नहीं आप में ये चीज़ अच्छी है। जब पता है मैच जीत गए, 10 विकेट से जीत गए, आपने 300 रन बना दिए, तो सब तारीफ ही करेंगे। उस दिन कोई नहीं बात करता कि पैर इधर जा रहा था। यू नो, पैर उधर उसी दिन जाता है जिस दिन आप 0 पे आउट होते हैं या 10 पे आउट होते हैं। और किसी ने बोला था कि यू नो, प्लेयर्स का रिपोर्टर्स के साथ लव हेट का रिलेशनशिप, आई थिंक पर्सनली yes, I may not be someone who loves all of you, but I'm certainly someone who doesn't hate even one of you. You know, ऐसा आप लोगों ने, काफ़ी लोगों ने you know, क्रिकेट कवर किया होगा। काफ़ी बार प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में आप कोई क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं जो मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता है, तो आई विल गिव अ रिप्लाई दैट्स इक्विवेलेंट। बट ऐसा कभी इंस्टेंस नहीं आया होगा कि आप बिना कैमरा मेरे से मिले हो और मैं कभी अच्छे से आपसे नहीं मिला हूँ। So I think, you know, personally मेरा ये व्यू है कि there is no love hate relationship, especially hate word तो थोड़ा भी नहीं है।